What if I told you that most of the thoughts you think every day aren't even yours? That might sound absurd at first, but what if it's true? What if, behind every idea, every impulse, every quiet self-criticism, there's a pre-recorded voice running inside you without your permission? The truth is, according to neuroscience and quantum physics, you're not thinking. You're being thought. And that's the first uncomfortable truth. You are not the thinker. You are the receiver. Yes, your thoughts may actually be coming from outside of you, from your subconscious, from your past, from the quantum field, and perhaps from places your conscious mind has never dared to look. Every day, you wake up with the illusion of control. You get out of bed, brush your teeth, get dressed, and believe that you're making conscious choices. But research shows that over 95% of your daily thoughts, emotions, and actions are run by the subconscious mind. Which means, the part of you that's listening to these words right now is only the tip of the iceberg, and beneath that, a vast automatic program that's been thinking for you for years. As Dr. Bruce Lipton puts it, you think you're in control of your life, but if 95% of your behavior is subconscious, who's really driving? Take a deep breath and ask yourself, honestly, how many times today have you had a thought you didn't want to have? A thought of doubt, of fear, of lack, of comparison? You assumed that was just you being realistic. But what if that was just an old loop replaying in the background, a tape from your past, still playing, still directing your focus, your emotions, and your reality? The subconscious never forgets. Your subconscious mind is like a recorder. It started collecting data since the moment you were in the womb. Sounds, tones, emotional reactions, everything got recorded, without filters. Here's the wild part. The subconscious doesn't know the difference between past and present. If something intense happened when you were 5 years old, your subconscious might still be reacting as if it's happening now. This is why certain thoughts feel automatic, because they're programmed responses, not conscious choices. But what if it goes deeper? Up until now, we've been talking about the subconscious. But what if even your subconscious isn't the original source of your thoughts? Picture this. The mind is like a radio. It doesn't create the song, it just tunes in. According to physicist David Bohm, consciousness is not confined to the brain. It is part of a holographic field, where each part contains the whole. Which means, the thought you call mine may actually be a signal from the field. Have you ever walked into a room and instantly felt a strange energy? Like a thought, that didn't even belong to you, or maybe you started obsessing over something without knowing where it came from. The answer may lie in the field, in the collective vibration, or even in entangled mental connections with people you've emotionally bonded with. Lynn McTaggart's research showed that one person's intention can affect another person's experience, even across distances. You are a node in a web of thoughts, feelings, and memories that stretch far beyond your personal mind. And here's the truth that can change your life. You can learn to recognize when a thought is truly yours, and when it's just a program you're repeating. Think of a negative phrase that keeps showing up in your mind. You're not good enough. You'll never succeed. You don't belong. No one will stay. You probably identify with it. But pause for a second. Where did you hear that phrase first? Was it your father, your mother, a teacher, society? That voice has an origin, a face, a moment, and the more clearly you can identify it, the less power it has over you. In the next section, we're going to explore how your current vibration determines the kind of thoughts you attract. like a mental magnet. And how, when you shift your internal state, you start to think new thoughts and create new realities. But before we go there, I'll leave you with this. If your thoughts aren't you, who are you when the mind is silent? The answer to that question holds the key to your freedom. Have you ever noticed how certain thoughts come wrapped in a very specific emotion? You think about money and feel fear. You think about love and feel anxiety. You think about your future and feel doubt. It seems like your mind is thinking those thoughts. But what if it's the emotion that's calling them in? What if the feeling comes first and the thought follows? This idea might flip everything you've believed about your inner world, because it suggests something radical. You're not just creating thoughts, you're tuning into them. And your vibration is the tuner. Your frequency filters your reality. Every moment of your life, you are vibrating, not metaphorically, literally. Your heart emits an electromagnetic field that extends several feet beyond your body. Your brain emits brainwaves that shift depending on your emotional state. And these frequencies form a kind of energetic signature. Dr. Joe Dispenza calls this your personal electromagnetic broadcast. And here's the key. Your thoughts match your frequency. If you're vibrating in guilt, you attract thoughts of regret. If you're vibrating in fear, you attract thoughts of danger. If you're vibrating in lack, your mind will naturally fixate on what's missing. So, the thoughts you're thinking might just be reflections of your current energetic state. You're not broken. You're tuned in. Let's pause here. If you're constantly having thoughts like, I'm always behind, I never catch a break, nothing ever works for me, it's easy to believe that something's wrong with you. But what if the issue isn't your thoughts, but the signal you're tuned into? Think of it like a radio. You don't blame the station for the song playing. You just realize you're on the wrong frequency. And the beautiful part is, you can change the frequency. You don't need to fight every thought. You need to shift your state. The quantum mirror. According to quantum theory, the field responds not to your words, but to your vibration. The quantum field is a realm of infinite potential. Everything that can exist already does, but it only becomes real for you when you collapse it with your attention. Your energy selects the version of reality that matches your emotional state. So when you're operating from fear, you collapse fearful timelines. When you're radiating gratitude, you align with abundant possibilities. And the thoughts that appear are in harmony with that version of reality. This means that you are not your thoughts. You are the field that tunes into them. You are not the content. You are the context. The field is always listening. Here's where things get powerful and personal. Let's say you wake up and feel heavy. You check your phone, see an email that stresses you out. Immediately your body contracts, and your subconscious begins searching for thoughts that match that emotion. This day is going to suck. I hate this job. I'm stuck in this life. Now here's the twist. Those thoughts didn't cause your state. Your state called them in. You tuned into a version of reality where those thoughts were already playing. This is why two people can have the same experience, but one reacts with fear and the other with power. They're not living in the same emotional frequency, so they're not receiving the same thoughts. You don't need to control the thought, just the signal. Let go of the idea that you have to fight every thought to find peace. That's exhausting and impossible. Instead, shift your frequency and your thoughts will shift on their own. Want better thoughts? Change your emotional baseline. Instead of saying, "How do I stop thinking this?" Ask, What energy am I embodying right now? What am I broadcasting into the field? Because the field is not judging you, it's just mirroring you. Thought is the echo. Feeling is the source. Practical example. The thought swap. Let's say you're stuck in a loop of self-doubt. You're about to send a message, speak up, take a risk, and suddenly a thought hits. You're going to fail. Who do you think you are? Instead of arguing with the thought, pause. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And ask yourself, what am I feeling in this moment that's drawing this thought in? What version of me is being activated right now? Now, shift your body, sit up straight, breathe into confidence. Recall a moment when you felt powerful, clear, certain. Even just 30 seconds of this emotional shift will change the thoughts that come next. Because you're no longer in resonance with the old frequency. We'll go deeper into how your body becomes addicted to familiar emotions, and how that addiction keeps pulling in the same thoughts, the same stories, and the same outcomes, over and over again. And more importantly, how to break the loop. But before we go there, let this settle. You are not the voice in your head. You are the field it's echoing through. And once you change the field, the voice changes too. You're starting to realize something profound. You are not your thoughts. You are the field. And your thoughts are simply echoes of your frequency. But now, let's go deeper. Because even when you become aware of your vibration, you might still find yourself falling back into the same mental loops. Why? Because your body remembers. Your body becomes your mind. Dr. Joe Dispenza explains something radical. By the time you're 35, 95% of who you are is a memorized set of behaviors, emotional reactions, and beliefs. Which means, even if you consciously want to change, your body is addicted to who you used to be. Your body has become chemically familiar with the emotions you repeat: fear, guilt, anger, shame, and now it craves those chemicals, just like a drug. So here's the trap. Even when your mind tries to choose new thoughts, your body pulls you back to the old identity. The identity loop. Let's say you spent years believing you're not worthy. Your subconscious accepted it. Your body adapted to it. And now, worthiness feels unfamiliar, even unsafe. So when you try to embody confidence, you feel resistance, discomfort. Your nervous system flares up, not because it's wrong, but because it's new. Your system is addicted to the old you, the stories you tell, the roles you play, the chemicals you swim in. Emotional chemistry, energetic pattern. Every time you feel a strong emotion, you release chemicals, neurotransmitters, hormones that flood your body. That chemical cocktail becomes a pattern, and patterns crave repetition. This is why you can wake up in the morning and feel anxious before anything even happens. It's not the thought creating the emotion. It's the emotional memory of your body calling in a matching thought. Think about that. The emotion comes first, the thought follows. Then you create meaning around it and call it reality. But it's not reality, it's a feedback loop. One you've been unconsciously repeating for years. Have you ever had a small trigger, like someone not replying to your message, and suddenly a wave of emotion crashes over you? I'm not important. They're going to leave me. I must have done something wrong. That's not your current reality. That's your body reactivating a memory, stored deep in your cells. It might not even be from adulthood. It might be from childhood. Or even from the womb, because the subconscious mind records everything, and the body holds the score. You are not broken, you're programmed. Here's the truth most people miss. There is nothing wrong with you. You're not broken. You're just running an outdated emotional program. And once you see that, clearly, you can begin to interrupt it. But not through force. Not by trying to stop the thought. That doesn't work. You shift it by changing the emotional signature of your body. By teaching your body how to feel something new. Rewiring. The pattern. Emotional override. So how do you break the addiction? Not by thinking harder, but by feeling deliberately. Here's a method called emotional override. Step 1. Pause the loop when you catch yourself in a familiar emotional spiral. Stop. Don't resist. Just witness it. Become the observer. Name the emotion out loud. This is shame. This is fear. This is abandonment. This interrupts the autopilot. Step 2. Change your physiology, shift your posture. Breathe deeper. Stand up. Put your hand on your heart. Move your body like someone who feels free. Why? Because emotion lives in the body. And when you move the body, you move the energy. Step 3. Introduce a new feeling. Ask yourself, what would love feel like right now? What does peace feel like in my chest? What would it be like to feel safe, even now? Even if you don't believe it, feel just 1% of that new emotion. That small shift breaks the pattern, and every time you repeat this, you're retraining your nervous system. You're teaching your body a new baseline, a new story. Your brain will follow. Neuroplasticity is real. Every time you feel a new elevated emotion, like gratitude, joy, love, you activate new circuits in the brain. You fire and wire a new neural pathway, and the more you repeat it, the stronger it gets. Eventually, your thoughts will begin to match your new state, not the old one. The feedback loop of creation. Remember this formula. Emotion, thought, belief, behavior, reality. Most people try to change their behavior first, but that's the final step in the chain. If you want to truly shift your life, start at the source. The emotion your body is addicted to. Because you don't attract what you want, you attract what you embody, and embodiment starts with feeling. Even before there's proof. You've probably heard it before. Your thoughts create your reality. But let's go deeper. Because it's not the thoughts alone that manifest your life. It's the energy. Behind them, you can say 100 affirmations a day. But if your body is still vibrating in fear, you'll just be reciting empty words. This is why so many people feel frustrated with manifestation. They visualize, they repeat, they hope, but nothing changes. And the reason is simple. The quantum field doesn't respond to what you say. It responds to what you signal. Vibration is the language of reality. In the quantum realm, everything exists as energy, as potential. Every version of your future, every possibility, every timeline. They're all already present, waiting to be observed. But observation isn't just mental, it's emotional. Your state of being, your frequency, is what selects the version of reality that collapses into form. That's why two people can take the same action, but have completely different outcomes. One does it in fear, and reinforces the loop. The other does it in faith, and shifts timelines. The difference? Not the action, the vibration behind it. You don't attract what you want. This is the uncomfortable truth. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. That means, if you want love, but you're still vibrating in abandonment, you'll attract situations that mirror that wound. If you want abundance, but your energy is locked in lack, you'll block opportunities before they even reach you. If you want freedom, but you carry the identity of a victim, The field reflects that back. It's not a punishment. It's not spiritual failure. It's just alignment. The field is always matching your dominant signal, whether you're aware of it or not. Your identity is a frequency. Every belief you hold carries a vibration. Every expectation you've accepted sends a signal. Every emotion you repeat becomes part of your energetic signature. So when you say, "I am not worthy," "Nothing works for me," "Life is hard," you're not just stating a belief, you're projecting a frequency into the quantum field. And the field, like a perfect mirror, reflects back a reality that confirms it. That's the loop most people are trapped in. And the only way out is to change your core state of being. Neville Goddard taught something that seemed mystical at the time, but now aligns perfectly with what we know about quantum reality. He said, "Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Live from the end, not towards it." This means, don't wait for the external result to feel the emotion. Feel the emotion first, and let reality follow. This isn't imagination. This is quantum entrainment. The brain doesn't know the difference. Modern neuroscience confirms what mystics have taught for centuries. The brain doesn't distinguish between what's real and what's vividly imagined. When you visualize a new future with clarity, plus elevated emotion, your brain fires new neural pathways as if it's already happening. Your body releases chemicals aligned with that version of reality. Your field shifts, and the quantum responds. This is why inner work matters more than external effort. You don't need to hustle harder. You need to broadcast clearer. The already you technique. Here's a practical way to start collapsing new realities right now. This is called the already you technique. Step 1. Close your eyes. Drop out of your mind and into your body. Breathe deeply. Slow down your thoughts. Step 2. Visualize a version of yourself. The already version. The one who already has what you desire. Already in love. Already free. Already in alignment. Step 3. Ask. How does that version of me feel? What is their energy like? What do they expect from life? Step 4. Feel it. Don't think it. Feel it. In your chest, in your heart, in your posture. Even if it's subtle. Even if it feels fake at first. Just tune into the frequency. Like turning the dial on a radio. That feeling. That's the signal that changes everything. Reality doesn't respond to effort. It responds to energy. You don't need to earn your new reality. You don't need to prove you're ready. You just need to match its frequency. And here's what happens when you do. New thoughts appear. New ideas emerge. Synchronicities increase. People show up. Doors open. Not because you forced them open, but because you became someone who belongs in that reality. If this is resonating with you, pause for a moment and reflect. What version of you have you been unconsciously broadcasting? What version are you ready to assume today? Remember, you don't have to believe it fully yet. You just need to begin feeling it consistently, because that's the frequency the field is listening to. And that's where the shift begins. So you've felt it, that glimpse of your higher self, that moment of inner alignment where everything feels possible. And then, life hits you. A bill arrives. Someone ghosts you. You wake up feeling heavy again. And suddenly you think, maybe it didn't work. Maybe I was just imagining it. Maybe I'll never change. But here's the truth. No one talks about enough. Reality doesn't shift instantly. It shifts subtly, quietly, delayed. But it is responding, always. The field responds to consistency not moments. When you tune into a new vibration, you're sending a new signal into the quantum field. But the field doesn't respond to a single spike of emotion. It responds to consistent coherence. Imagine throwing a rock into a lake. The ripples start small, but they spread. Same with your vibration. The moment you align with a new frequency, you begin changing the field. But there's a lag, because your old vibration still has momentum, still echoes. That's why things may look the same for a while. Not because your new frequency isn't working, but because you're still seeing reflections of the past. Reality is a mirror. With a delay. Let's make this practical. Imagine standing in front of a mirror, but it only reflects your image 5 seconds later. You smile, nothing. You frown, still nothing. You begin to panic, because the feedback isn't immediate. That's what manifestation often feels like. You begin shifting your energy. You begin imagining new outcomes. But reality still shows you the old scene. And here's the test. Will you go back to your old vibration out of doubt? Or will you hold the frequency long enough for reality to catch up? The field is testing for authenticity. This isn't punishment. This is energetic precision. The field is asking, do you really believe it when there's no proof? Are you aligned, even when it's uncomfortable? Is this a new identity or a temporary high? Because when you hold a new vibration, you're not just attracting a different reality. You're becoming a different version of yourself. And that version isn't built in one meditation. It's built in moments of doubt, where you choose alignment anyway. What you do in the in-between creates everything. There's a sacred space between intention and manifestation, between choosing and receiving. That space is often filled with resistance, triggers, discomfort, old patterns screaming for your attention. But this isn't failure. It's a purification process. You're not being blocked. You're being invited to release what no longer matches your new frequency. Staying aligned when reality isn't. Here's the practice. Step 1. Expect the test. When you begin shifting, expect reality to reflect the old vibration for a while. Don't be shocked by it. Recognize it. This alone will remove the fear. Step 2. Feel the trigger, then anchor. Deeper. When you feel doubt, fear, or anger rising, pause. Feel it fully. Name it, then ask, what is this emotion trying to pull me back into? What old version of me is being reactivated? Then breathe and choose again. Step 3. Anchor into the end. Remember Neville Goddard's wisdom. Live from the end. Close your eyes. Return to the vibration of your already self. Feel what they feel. Think what they think. Trust what they trust. That's how you out-vibrate the test. The quantum field doesn't forget. Every emotion you emit, every intention you hold, every moment you stay in alignment is recorded in the field. Not one breath is wasted. Not one visualization is ignored. You are planting seeds in an invisible soil. And just like nature, the harvest doesn't come instantly, but it always comes. But most people quit too soon. They feel the doubt and collapse back into the old identity. They don't see the result and assume nothing is happening. So they start broadcasting uncertainty again, and the field simply responds. Not with judgment, but with accuracy. That's the moment of power, when nothing has changed. But you show up as if it already has, rewriting the mind in real time. Here's a powerful reframe. When you feel doubt, don't try to silence it. Use it as a signal that you're close to a breakthrough. Say to yourself, this discomfort means I'm expanding. This resistance is the old me dissolving. This is data. not destiny. The more you practice this, the faster your nervous system adapts. And eventually, the old reactions lose power, the old identity fades, and your new vibration becomes your new baseline. What you're broadcasting in your most difficult moments, that is your true signal. Anyone can visualize when life is easy, but it's in the resistance that the real shift happens. So the question is, can you hold the frequency of your future, even when the present is echoing the past? Because the moment you do, reality begins to shift. Not because you forced it, but because you became someone new. And the quantum field never ignores authenticity. It responds to who you are, not who you pretend to be. You've seen it now. Your thoughts are not random. Your emotions are not meaningless. And your body is not just flesh and bone, it's a transmitter. You are not just in the field, you are the field, and every moment you're broadcasting, not with words, not with wishes, but with vibration. You are the observer and the creator. The quantum field doesn't respond to what you hope for. It doesn't respond to your effort. It responds to your state of being. This is what mystics have whispered for centuries, and what science is finally starting to measure. The world outside is a reflection of your inner frequency. Change the signal, and the world rearranges. So if you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. The shift doesn't start in your job, your bank account, or your relationships. It starts inside your field. The future is not coming. It's already here. There's a version of you that already exists in the quantum, the one who is healed, the one who is free, the one who is in love with life. They are not far away. They are simply vibrating at a frequency you haven't tuned into yet. And the moment you match that frequency, you collapse that timeline. You become the signal that brings it into form, not because you forced it, but because you remembered. You are the creator. Activating the creator frequency, a daily ritual. To make this real, you don't need hours of meditation. You need moments of alignment, repeated with intention. Here's a powerful 5-minute ritual to anchor the vibration of the already you every morning. 1. Close your eyes and disconnect before checking your phone, before talking to anyone. Sit in silence. Let go of your name, your identity, your to-do list. Become pure awareness. Say to yourself, I am not the past. I am not my fears. I am the field, choosing again. 2. Feel the desired state call in a feeling from your future self. Not a thing, not an outcome. A feeling. Gratitude, freedom, power, peace. Let your body feel it, as if it's already true. Even if it's just a glimpse, hold it. Amplify it. Breathe into it. 3. Speak from the future. In this new state, say, this is who I am now. I think new thoughts because I feel new emotions. My reality reflects my vibration, not my past. You're not asking for change. You're declaring it, embodying it, broadcasting it, and the field listens. Live as if it's done from this space. Live your day. Not trying to fix the outside, but carrying the inner frequency of the version of you that no longer needs to try, because they've already become it. And now, so have you. The signal is always on. Every moment you're broadcasting, with your reactions, with your expectations, with your posture, your breath, your self-talk. The question is never, is it working? The question is, what am I vibrating right now? And does this signal match the reality I choose? When it does, reality bends. When it doesn't, you get to choose again. That's the gift of being human in a quantum universe. You are never stuck. You are just temporarily tuned into the wrong station, and you always hold the dial. If this journey resonated with you, If it awakens something deeper in your consciousness, declare it. Type below in the comments, "I am the creator." Say it, write it, feel it. Let that phrase become a frequency. Let it echo into your cells and into the field. And when you do, watch how the universe begins to mirror it back. Keep the signal alive. If you're ready to master this frequency, not just understand it but live it, watch the next video here on the channel. Because the field doesn't respond to consumption, it responds to embodiment. You didn't come here to learn, you came here to remember, and now, you do. The world is waiting for your signal. What are you going to broadcast next?